They're just working underground.
They did finally reach out to me when I started posting comments.
So you got the blood vial on deck.
SHEIN! What is good, guys? Today we're doing a deep dive on the Chinese fashion distributor SHEIN because they have been partaking in some crazy business practices. Recently, like as of this past week, there's been a bombshell development in the SHEIN realm. So we're gonna just do a full deep dive on the company and how they run things over there at SHEIN. And we're gonna start from just like, you know, minimal, like, well, it's not even like, it's pretty bad. But we're gonna start from the least to the most heinous things that they've done, where it's like, dude, what are you doing? We're gonna start things off by reading this article from Time. It's titled, SHEIN is the world's most popular fashion brand at a huge cost to us. And like, that's actually the fact of the matter. So let's dive in and see what they're talking about here. So in this article, they pretty much just established that SHEIN is a Chinese company with a lot of pull in the market, to be quite honest. They've gained a lot of popularity over the last few years using platforms such as TikTok. And how do they do this? Well, they sent a bunch of free clothing to a bunch of TikTok models, essentially. That way, familiar faces become the face of their company. It's pretty smart strategy, I gotta say. But they totally wiggled their way into our lives. Everybody's buying things off SHEIN, and it's costing the world so much. I don't even know. So right down here, it says that they have an unsustainable business model. Put simply, SHEIN produces an astonishing number of items on a daily basis, which is the primary reason why the company has an unsustainable model. SHEIN's CEO, Molly Mao, something like that, has stated that each item is produced only in small numbers, between 50 and 100 pieces a day, before it becomes popular and then is mass produced. But basically, they have their workers creating different designs and they make small batches, and if they sell really well, then they just start producing a shitload. And it makes sense, you know, supply and demand, see what the people want. It's like capitalism, baby, right? Isn't that what this is all about? Well, here's the issue. The manufacturer's rapid use of virgin polyesters and large consumption of oil churns out the same amount of CO2 as approximately 180 power plants, according to this report here. As a result, the company leaves about 6.3 million tons of carbon dioxide a year in its trail. According to the board, the fashion industry is responsible for releasing more than 10% of carbon emissions for over like the entire board. So, you know, that doesn't really put things into perspective. So I googled how much carbon emission America, just the entire country, produces, and it's what is it, it's 6,000 million. So this company alone is producing 1,000% of the entire country of America's emissions. That's kind of crazy, dude. Like, think about that. What? So apparently it says here that you know, they made some claims. They're gonna try to cut back. With almost all of its impact taking place in the supply chain, SHEIN is also committed to submitting its own targets of validation. In October, on the heels of the company coming under fire for fueling waste consumption, SHEIN announced it would spend $7.6 million on a partnership with a nonprofit Apparel Impact Institute, which works with manufacturers to set and implement energy efficiency programs. So they're trying to take their own thing, but it's always when they come under fire, which leads us to our next point: their working conditions and what their workers are going through. You may have seen, like, years ago, I think it was like back in like 2021 or 22, somewhere around there was tags on shirts where it literally said like, help me. I'm gonna Google this real fast. SHEIN tags, help me. Workers were literally inscribing SOS messages on the clothing tags, bro. Like, what are we doing here? So look at this. I have dental pain. Dude, I feel you, bro. I feel you straight up. Like, what? That's not even a cry for help, really. But apparently this little piece of cardboard arrived with one. It says, help me, please. These people are under fire, and like, why are they asking for so much help? Let's see what they're doing. Despite it all, perhaps the biggest controversy regarding SHEIN is the treatment of its workers who toil away in Chinese factories in unfit conditions. A lengthy investigation by Wired first chronicled how both laborers and consumers suffered from the production of its clothes, while a documentary by the UK's Channel 4 found that SHEIN employees were working 75-hour shifts with very little time off. Think about that. 40 hours is a full work week, bro. I mean, we all work overtime, but 80 hours? That's literally 2 work weeks. These people are working down to the bone! Then Swiss watchdog Public Eye released another detailed report in November, which accused SHEIN of violating Chinese labor laws. The group hired independent Chinese researchers to track SHEIN's manufacturing and packaging process in China and Europe, and found that many were running informal factories set up in residential buildings. Dude, let's start making clothes, guys. Come on, get to it. Get to it! Like, residential properties? We're out here doing it in China? That's how we do it in China, bro? I mean, not China as a whole, but SHEIN, they're going crazy, bro. At any cost, they're trying to pump out your little sweaters and shit. Advocacy groups and journalists also discovered evidence that SHEIN's $11 bikini and $7 crop tops were being made by people working in unsafe workshops, lacking safety protocols like windows and emergency exits. Dude, what? They're just working underground. So these are really unfit conditions. And apparently there's a really good documentary where they brought in hidden cameras into these factories. I wish I could see it. Apparently you have to pay for it. If you have the service, check it out. It's called Inside the SHEIN Machine. Channel 4 produced it. And apparently they saw that the workers in the factory were forced to pull 17-hour shifts to make hundreds of garments a day. And in one factory, they made a daily base salary of $20. And if there's any mistakes, their pay would be docked by $14. What? By $14? So they're walking away with $6, bro? Like, dude, you can't even get a Taco Bell meal crate for that much. How are these people even affording to live, dude? This is ridiculous. SHEIN allegedly, well, no, they didn't even allege, dude. They straight up admitted that they breached like some sort of laws and safeguards for the wellness of their workers. And again, they're like, we're gonna help these people out. Don't worry, we'll take it under control. All right, so with all that being said, you know, shady business practices, they're destroying the ozone layer. Actually, apparently the ozone layer is gonna be back to 1980 values by around 2066. All right, so they're destroying something with the carbon emissions, that's for sure. But over this past weekend, they did something crazy. And you know, it was completely unintentional. I'm sure one of their workers maybe did it, or I don't even know. It's just, you would never expect this. This is like absolutely insane. Let's just hop right on TikTok and jump into this developing story. So a girl by the name Anna Marie decided to purchase some SHEIN products, man. Maybe it was like that, you know, $7 crop top or whatever it was. What she uncovered sent shivers down her spine. Let's jump right in, guys. So this is what I saw this morning when scrolling TikTok. Blood and a needle found inside of a SHEIN order. What? So we got the blood vial on deck, all of the clothing, a needle, dude. And she sent an email to them. Let's read it.
Thank you for bringing this to our attention and providing your order number. Our investigation indicates that when your package went through our quality control process and left our facility, it contained only the items that you ordered. Please feel free to share my direct email address with your agencies.
So, okay, you know, that's pretty good. Casey Tongue, you're trying to work with everybody, but you're also shifting blame. And I don't believe you have quality control. Well, you know, maybe you do. You guys dock pay. So maybe you do. So she's trying to blame somebody else. Maybe the US Postal Service did it. Who knows? Somebody along, like on a shipping crate when it was coming overseas. Anyway.
Thanks for contacting CDC Info. Here's the information you requested on what to do with the blood vial you received from your package from SHEIN. Unfortunately, this question is out of our scope.
What? Dude, it's out of the scope. We do not have content about what to do with a blood vial. I can help you by providing other places you may be able to get information you were looking for. Wow, that's very helpful. So yeah, she got this package and then she does a little deep dive into it.
So I just received a package from SHEIN that contained a vial of human blood from a testing company.
No name from some random testing company,
No name,
bro.
no doctor's office, no date. The lady from the testing company said they're trying to track it down. She said that it was completely mishandled. They don't even ship to residents. They only ship blood back and forth between doctors. And she said,
so some doctors in the mix now. We got SHEIN, we got the postal service of whoever sent it, we have a doctor. No residential person should have this. None of the workers should be able to
even
obtain
if
that
it was
vial.
a blood sample,
What's happening, dude?
it would have had to been refrigerated, and it wasn't. So just totally
no
odd.
refrigeration.
That has never happened. We called the CDC. They're aware of it and they're filing a report and they're looking into it because it's a major biohazard. We called the local sheriff. The sheriff's department came. They took the vial. They're going to be testing it, and they said that they can reach out to the CDC if.
I mean, you know, good on the sheriff's department for coming and making it seem like they're doing something, but like, what are they even going to test for, bro? It's not like you can find out who it belongs to. You're going to run it against your criminal database. Like, come on. Like, it's not what
they
we
find
need.
anything concerning. So basically, just if you receive a SHEIN package, especially one that's in a FedEx, like if you've done express shipping, dump it out on a table and look at everything before you touch it, and then sanitize your hands. Be extremely careful. I'll post an update when I hear back from the lab and maybe even from the CDC.
Yeah, so that's a little PSA for you guys. Make sure your SHEIN packages are good. This happened just last week. So who knows? There could be an entire, like, fleet of packages full of blood vials coming to the States.
So as some of you may know, yesterday I opened my package from SHEIN. It contained a couple dresses that I ordered, and then at the bottom of the package there was a dented can of Mexican beans.
Oh shit, the Goya beans were a part of it, dude. Honestly, I've been eating Goya black bean soup out of the can. Bro, this shit is so good, guys. Go do it. Go get yourself a can. It's like $1. Get some sour cream. You're vibing.
And there was a
All right,
vial of
Continue.
human blood. So I contacted local
Human
authorities
blood.
who
What
took
was
the
hot
blood
sauce?
off my hands and who were supposed to log it as evidence. I called the CDC and reported it. I called the local health department and reported it. I called FedEx to see if somehow they knew what happened or how that ended up in my package. I've also been contacting SHEIN directly. They did finally reach out to me when I started posting comments about the situation on their public Instagram, but they're still denying.
See, there we go again with that theme. No response until it becomes public. They don't really care, this company. They really don't. They just want to pump out clothes and make some money.
Hey everybody, sorry to be updating so late. So SHEIN actually reached out to me yesterday with an email. They weren't that helpful. So I basically told the representative, like, I need to talk to some form of a superior manager, something. So they had a higher up call me today on the phone. I personally spoke with her. She's in the factory based in Los Angeles. She was super helpful, super nice. She said they looked back through all the factory footage. They saw the girl packaging my order. No incident. She puts it in the FedEx package. It goes out. So she could be lying. I don't know, but I do at least appreciate them reaching out. She said they have all their investigation teams looking into it, seeing what they can find. But it does appear like potentially what happened is someone tampered with the FedEx package, because the blood vial and the can of beans all came from America.
Alright, so the story's developing a little bit. It would make sense. Like, why though? Why a can of beans and blood? Although it does make sense, like, those are two things from America. Those are two American products that were purchased. Although there's a Los Angeles factory, was it packaged there? You know, there's questions to be answered here.
Hey everybody, this is an update on the blood vial I found in my SHEIN package. Initially I just thought maybe it was a prank. I thought it might be fake, but I did get in touch with the lab and they just called me, so I'm updating you on what they said. It was an advisor for the lab director that called me. This is for Exact Science, and he said, I'm reading my notes from him. He said the tubes are used for cancer screenings, and it was a sample tube meant for their lab. So it is an official vial. There's proof of that now, not that it was some joke. He said it's usually sent in a special kit, and sometimes they use FedEx. And he said in order to ship it back after being tested, it's usually an 8-inch box that has a styrofoam container and like cold gel packs in it. So he said they have no idea how it got in there, but someone would have to see that it's an official blood sample and take it out to put it in my package. So if you're seeing this, start tagging FedEx, because apparently that's where the issue lies, because both the vial and the can of beans are from the United States. So it came from here. It was not SHEIN.
All right, so it's FedEx, bro. I guess SHEIN is like off the chain on this one. You guys scraped by and survived.
Just to update everybody briefly, I did talk to FedEx today. They finally reached out. I talked to a couple different people, and they were basically like, the guy like basically said, oh yeah, well this happens sometimes where packages get busted open in transit, and then sometimes the employees just guess and they put the things back in another package, and a lot of times they guess wrong. So he basically acknowledged that this probably is a FedEx slip up. He then says they're going to go to the police office and see if they can get the blood vial to test. The police give them the vial, and the police won't even give me the vial. They said it's against like the regulations. So hopefully FedEx showed them a court document or like a court order before they gave it to FedEx, if they wouldn't even give it to me. Just kind of strange stuff.
And that's it. So apparently FedEx is to blame. Now I understand, like, if you're sending out an official blood vial, why the fuck are you sending a syringe with it? And then separately, another can of beans in a separate package got busted open? Like, what is going on, FedEx? Anyway, guys, that's all for today's story. I guess SHEIN is alright at the end of the day. They didn't, today, the blood is not on their hands, but it will be tomorrow, probably. What do you guys think about the story? What do you guys think about the video? Comment down below, let me know. We're pumping out 3 videos a week, so hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. Hit that bell too so you don't miss a video. I'm your boy Peablar. It's been real. Be well and peace.